I've heard amazing things about Far Cry 3. I'd love to play Far Cry 3 one day. David Hasselhoff. Nice. Okay. Well, anyway, I got a little distracted there.
Wow, you got here fast. King Neptune left the taps on and flooded the bathroom. Hey,
What?
Wait a minute. You don't look like the Royal Plumbers. You must be the B team. Get in there and make sure you clean this up. My career is on the line here.
Let's unclog this drain, Patrick.
But yeah, like, growing up, I was basically just playing either new games or old games that I've already played before and already have, like, an attachment to. So, like, repeat playthroughs or going back and, you know, doing stuff that I hadn't done in a game before. Stuff like that. I wasn't really going back and, like, playing games that have already been out for however many years for the first time too often. Sometimes I do it. Like, I see, you know, like seeing GameCube games at GameStop and wanting to finally try out some GameCube games and getting into things like Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Like, that was a fantastic choice there. But for the most part, I was mostly just kind of comfortable with, you know, just playing new games that interested me and games that I already had an attachment to. And there would be times that I'd be bored, like, what do I play? There's nothing new coming out that I want to play, and I don't want to repeat play anything I didn't really consider, you know, all these classics that I'd heard good things about as much. Like, that, of course, that shifted over time, stuff like that. But, you know, as a kid, as a kid, that was kind of my mentality. Growing up, I was just a Call of Duty kid, missed a whole era of great games. Yeah, there's so much good stuff that has come out over time, and it's really been this channel that has kind of gotten me doing all sorts of things here. Like, I figure on this channel, like, oh, if I'm gonna do any series, I'll do it in order if it's not, like, too unreasonable to be doing it in order. So, you know, I've been playing things from all over the history of gaming there. I think the oldest game I've played on this channel so far was probably Metal Gear 1 from, what, like, 1986, something like that? That's probably the oldest one that I've done. And the few games from the 80s that I've done. I'm not really a fan of those. Games that I've played from the 90s, those can be good. I really enjoyed Super Metroid. That one's really good. One day I'd like to do a playthrough of Link to the Past, because I 100%ed that in high school, and I just genuinely really quite like Link to the Past. Or even just things from, like, 2000s, 2010s that I never got the chance to play, like, what are things that I only just played recently-ish that I ended up really liking? I don't know, what have I played? No, don't switch my input, I almost did it again. Let's see here. Boobity bop. Never even gave Metroid a try until a year ago. Yeah, Metroid's a really good one. That's a series that I got into really for the first time with this channel getting me into it, and ended up absolutely loving it. Metal Gear is another series that I only got into for the first time with this channel, and I've actually ended up really, really quite liking it. Was there any recent, like, specific one that I can name, I wonder? Like, I actually didn't like Xenosaga Episode 1. Maybe I'll like 2 a little bit more. I actually really liked Final Fantasy VII and Crisis Core here. I actually quite liked those games. Dirge of Cerberus I was a little bit iffy on here as we're going through the Final Fantasy VII games. But that's a good example of one earlier this year that I only just played for the first time through the channel here. I actually ended up really liking. I'm definitely a fan of Final Fantasy VII now. I would definitely count myself as that. I was iffy on Super Paper Mario here. I finally played Binding Blade for the first time earlier this year. I generally like that game. Like, I definitely had my issues with it, but I generally like that. I kind of wish that I had played it in junior high school, like right after I played Blazing Blade. Like, if only I was better at figuring out how to do like translation patches and stuff like that back then, but I wasn't. So, sucks to suck. But anyway, like, I wouldn't have even considered giving like older games like the time of day as a kid.
Look, Patrick.
Figuring like, oh, just play the new things that interest me and already released games that I already have an established connection to and not really give brand new things a try. A few months ago, I bought an old Dragon Age game, booted my Xbox 360, and I found a hidden gem. Is the Dragon Age Inquisition? I've never played a Dragon Age game, but I own that one because I've heard fantastic things about it. I actually got a guest lecture once in university from the, like, trailer director for Dragon Age Inquisition. That was interesting there. And he got to judge all of our trailers for our school, like, project there.
If you hadn't fixed that,
So that was
I'd been
something there.
punished for sure.
Inquisition's newer, but it's fun too. Okay. Here, go this way. Look at David Hasselhoff. But yeah, so there would have been times as a kid that I would have just figured, like, I'm bored, there's nothing to play. Whereas nowadays, I'm like, wow, there's so many video games, there's no shortage. No. I greatly appreciate the 56-month resub there, Guzo. That is one heck of a long time of being subbed. Appreciate you being subbed for 56 months now. No, sure isn't. Welcome back to Team Armonic. Enjoy another month of the emotes and the sub badge and all that fun stuff. I gotta go back to the gala now, so I can't quite go that way yet. So.
Is that SpongeBob's SIC? A coust 4 stare, a coust 4 HMM,
Yeah.
a coust 4 blank.
I remember as a kid, I literally wasted hours of my DSI's flip note drawing app because I couldn't think of a game to play. Yeah, that probably would have been me with, like, something or other. Like, I mean, I think the only exact example that I can think of was, like, maybe in Pokemon Auras when I finally completed, like, my living dex. It was in Gen 6 that I finally completed my living dex. Having, like, a full living Pokedex that I kept on keeping updated for a while. And then I was like, well, I've done all there is to do on Pokemon. What do I do now? And then I started breeding, making competitive teams, even though I never really attended a competitive event. I attended a couple TCG events before, but I hadn't ever attended a VGC event, nor did I have too much interest in doing it, but I was like, I don't have anything else to do. I may as well make competitive Pokemon teams, and I think I made some joke teams. I made my Magikarp sweeping team and stuff like that. Just because I thought, like, I don't have anything better to do. But nowadays, with, like, one, my time being so limited with everything with, like, work and life and everything that's been going on around here, I'm looking at things like my GameCube, where I'm playing, like, anything that's coming out that pertains to series that I've previously done, like Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's the spin-off prequel story to Tears of the Kingdom. Ooh. I don't really care. I wouldn't be picking it up if I wasn't a content creator. I'm just picking it up to, like, showcase as part of my series on the era of Wilds in my freaking Zelda series there, where it's like, okay, I've done all 3 other era of Wilds games. I may as well do this one. But it just feels like a generic kind of fluff filler game where it's like, hey, Tears of the Kingdom was popular, let's capitalize on that and do that. You know, a fillery kind of feeling game like that. Or things like a lot of modern Pokemon games where, you know, as was mentioned during the Legends ZA stream a couple days ago, they're pumping those games out extremely, extremely fast and oftentimes unfinished compared to their original plans. And it's like, if I only have so much time to be playing a game, why would I play these, like, quickly pumped out new releases for the sake of a quick buck when I can go back and play games that are, like, super, super fleshed out that I've never gotten the chance to play? Like, I think of a game that's super fleshed out, I'll think of something like Red Dead Redemption 2 and how I keep on hearing about how that game is the second coming of Christ. Why would I be playing something like Pokemon Legends ZA when I can instead be playing a game like that, is what I think to myself sometimes. So, I'm starting to think more and more, like, with all the games that come out nowadays and how limited my time is, I think I'm gonna stop having the mentality of, oh, this was a series that I was doing, I have to continue with it. Or this is a new major Nintendo release, because I kind of started out covering, like, a whole bunch of Nintendo stuff on this channel, and I still do, to, like, a large extent. Where it was like, if there was any new major Nintendo game coming out, if there was any new first-party Nintendo game coming out, I was playing it. So, past couple of years, I've been playing crap like Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the Switch, or Princess Peach Showtime. Like, actual ass games that I'm literally just showcasing as part of my channel. And I'm really thinking, I think with my limited time, I should really start playing only the games that I am genuinely interested in. Like, this game I'm genuinely interested in, I'll be honest with you. But, you know, only the ones that, like, really catch my attention, I genuinely want to play. Not feel like I have, like, any obligation for, like, oh, you know, I've been doing these games up to this point, I should continue with that. And I think I'm starting to get into the mentality of that a little bit better. Like, for example, Octopath Traveler 0 coming out next week, Thursday. So 1 week from now. I don't plan on picking that up and playing it, despite having played literally all the other Octopath Traveler games before this point. Like, I'm starting to figure out how to mentally detach myself from that obligation that I felt. And I want to get into the mentality of just playing the stuff that I genuinely want to play. So, like, of course I'll finish the other things that I started, like Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. But if a Age of Imprisonment equivalent game releases in the future, I might just not play it, because why would I play that when I can play something that I'm just genuinely more interested in? Whether it's other new releases, or just other things that I've heard great things about that I never got the chance to play, you know? Usually I ramble and make progress while I'm playing on autopilot, but I'm actually just kind of stumped here, and so I've kind of made no progress while I've ran back and forth, because I don't actually know what it is I am supposed to do here. Hi! Oh, I hit the button there thinking that I could jump over to that. Wait, what?
Patrick, let's take a break from swapping. I'm feeling a little hollow.
I have already forgotten how the heck we did that. We used the bubble wand or whatever the heck. Oh, it was RB. Okay, it was that button. Yeah, I'd already forgotten. I can go this way, I guess. But yeah, let's see here. What? Oh, okay, so yeah, just go this way there. But yeah, of the entirety of fiction, all the characters there are that were ever created, my imagination brought up SpongeBob's ass. Well, here it be. No, I did not pay extra. I pre-ordered the game. I bought it the day before it came out because that was when I heard about it. And I was like, yeah, that seems fun. I want to start playing it tomorrow. So I could have it, like, ready on my machine by the time that I was home from work and all that. But yeah. Pokemon Legends ZA is the first Pokemon game since Pokemon Emerald that I didn't buy. I'm done with Pokemon. Haven't felt like I've got my money's worth out of a Pokemon game since Pokemon Moon. Yeah, I don't blame ya. Here, I have this now that maybe goes somewhere. I don't know. Okay. What got me? What? I am so confused. Also, Gary's there, it looks like. Did something kill me? I'm so confused. Oh, maybe there was water under me or something there. But yeah, if they're gonna make their games like half-ass and not have the quality that it deserves, then why would I spend my time playing that when I can play something that actually is, like, you know, given the time that it deserved, you know? It's kind of where my headspace has been at. Why can't I? Okay, that was kind of weird there. That was a little smidge weird. Alright, and then I do that. There we go.
SpongeBob, Patrick, listen up and don't interrupt me. Neptune's bedroom is guarded by a magical security system. And that giant lantern you're staring at is exactly how we bypass that security system. Find a way to activate the lantern, and the pajamas are ours. Man, I'm a genius.
Oh, I knew I'd figure it out. So obvious. Yeah, all by myself.
What? Nah, forget it.
I was kind of hoping that they would, like, interrupt him and then he'd get mad. That's what I was kind of hoping there. Find a way to the lantern. There's gonna be some way that we activate that. I can't send a bubble at that, I don't think. That would be for a side quest. I don't know. Boop. Can't go through there. Find a way to the lantern. Like, there's this here that brings me... I don't know. I can go through here now. Also, Anima coming out of nowhere with the 85-month resub here. Emma's going to do her daily dose of bad jokes and then leave because I have to sleep. Okay, well, we'll hear the Texas speech bot say this all in a hot second anyway. I do greatly appreciate the 85-month resub there, Anima. An absolutely absurd amount of time. This reminds me of going through the sewer levels of, like, Sly 3.
Anima is going to do her daily dose of bad jokes and then leave because I have to sleep. So I was today years old when I found out that Norwegians have barcodes around their ships, so when their ship comes to port, they can Scandinavian. Ah ha ha ha, I'll see myself out, good night, and have a great rest.
Great rest, it cut off there. The Texas speech only goes so far. Well, I greatly appreciate the joke and the resub there, Anima. I hope you have a good rest of the night. But I spent $100 on Pokemon Legends ZA when I can play Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Yeah, and for cheaper. I've never looked into the price of a Expedition 33, but I assume it's not a $100 game.
Please, if King Neptune doesn't get his mid-gala snack, I'll be sent to the dungeons for sure.
You know I can't turn my back on a kitchen in distress, Patrick. We can handle a few ghosts, right, Patrick?
I'm so full stomach, gonna explode, love y'all. Sounds like you probably had a good Thanksgiving there, then, Anima. Is the impression that I get.
Wow.
What the heck, man? So glad to hear. Dude. Glad to hear you, dude. What the heck am I doing here? Here, projectile there. But yeah, like, just thinking about, like, a game that's kind of half-assed pumped out versus a game that's, like, actually really fleshed out and high-quality game, clearly. When I think of that recently, I'll think of Pokemon Legends ZA versus Ghost of Yote, because I've been playing both of them recently, because they released within, like, what, 1 or 2 weeks of each other? Something like that. And going between those two games is just complete whiplash of quality. Like, I had some criticisms when it came to Ghost of Yote. Like, I wasn't that big on the story. Like, I thought it was okay. It wasn't anything like Ghost of Tsushima level quality. I really like the Ghost of Tsushima story. I wasn't too big on the Ghost of Yote story. It was just kind of like typical revenge plot where the protagonist learns to not have her whole life be dictated by revenge. You know, like, I've seen it like a bazillion times in so much different media. It wasn't really anything special to me. But it was still like really fun gameplay there. It's still like a really fleshed out high quality game that like I really enjoyed my time with. And, you know, just how fluid everything is. I've been getting recommended all sorts of videos nonstop, probably because of the content that I do, of videos comparing Ghost of Yote versus Assassin's Creed Shadows. And you look at Assassin's Creed Shadows and it's like, okay, it's quality, sure, but is it like super polished level quality? Not really. But you look at Ghost of Yote and it's like, okay, yeah, this is a very fleshed out, high quality, smooth, amazing feeling game. And yeah, it's just complete whiplash to playing Pokemon Legends ZA there. You know, even playing something like this, I feel like it could be a little bit more polished, like with the whole auto-advancing and errors in the subtitles where it's like, did you not have playtesters just play your game and be like, oh, there's a typo in the subtitles, you should fix that? Not a single person? Or maybe they did say it and no one bothered to correct it or something? Who knows? What the heck am I supposed to do here, man? I am confused. So, if I'm playing something like Pokemon Legends ZA that's kind of half-assed for $100, but I can get something as polished as Ghost of Yote for $90, $10 cheaper, then realistically, why would I buy Pokemon Legends ZA over that, you know? Like, I know that there's brand loyalty and things like that for a lot of consumers, where it's like, hey, I have an established connection to this IP, so I want to play more of it. But, and, you know, I had that for a long time. I mean, I still do to an extent. Everyone does. But, like, you know, I'm starting to feel less and less here. I don't understand, man. I don't get it. And I want to, with all these games that I've played on this channel over the years and how much fun I've had playing things I've never experienced before, the more I want to keep on trying new things and less of the things that I'm used to. And so I want to keep on trying, like, new games and new ideas that are being put out there. Like, I don't know if there was, like, a Sony State of Play or something recently, but I remember that there was, like, a whole bunch of, like, new game trailers for different things that were coming out recently. And I was looking through some of them, and there was this one game that was called, I think it's called Tides of Annihilation, something like that, where they released, like, a 7-minute gameplay trailer. And I just watched it with breakfast one morning before going to work. And I was like, holy crap, that gameplay looks sick. I have no idea who the studio behind it is. I don't know how long this project's been in development. I've never heard of it before. But that game looks sick. I kind of want to try it, you know? So, there's that. As a Canadian, I can relate, but that's because I just ordered a big pizza and pigged out. It was your own Thanksgiving food there. Going between Cyberpunk 2077 and Pokemon Scarlet made me realize I was being punked. Yeah, I've heard that Cyberpunk 2077 is actually pretty good nowadays. Now there's been time and it's been fixed. But, you know, you can never fix the reputation that came with I'm just starting to realize I was dumb. This is what happens when I play on autopilot and don't actually think about how I'm playing. I realized a little bit too late. Here, toss that in there in case I need it in there or something. I don't know. Here, give me this too. But yeah, both Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and Cyberpunk 2077 are absolutely examples of games where, you know, that is very, very much not done, and are very much arguments against the whole modern pre-order culture, where it's like, give us your money before, you know, people have even gotten the chance to really experience the game. And so you buy early with the hope that it's a good investment for your money, and then surprise, surprise, whoops, it's a broken, unfinished mess. But we want you to buy early, because modern pre-order culture.
Here it comes!
Oop, I don't know. I don't have to defeat you, do I? That was kind of stuck floating for a second there. Yeah, I probably do have to defeat everybody here. Bubbles! What? Man, there's so much dialogue all the time. Man, shut up! Come on.
You did it, thank goodness. And just in time to feed Neptune his snacks. Great job, B-Team.
No, thank you.
Step right this way.
You'll be
But yeah.
receiving our bill in the mail.
Haven't been given a reason to buy Switch 2, so there's also the $1,000 price tag for me before getting ZA? What do you mean $1,000? Switch 2, online, Switch 2 edition of game, DLC, controller if you want to count that. Maybe all that together would get up to that. But, you know, $700 but still quite daunting, and no Switch 2 games have convinced me. In terms of the Switch 2 games that I've played so far, Donkey Kong Bonanza I think is really good, but it doesn't justify, like, buying a whole new console on its own. I think there need to be more games than just it. From the other Switch 2 games I've played so far, yeah, I think so far Donkey Kong Bonanza is the only Switch 2 game that I've played so far where it's like, that's a dang good video game, would recommend. I'm enjoying Kirby Air Riders so far, but, you know, I've barely sunk my teeth into it, so we'll see here. We shall see. Right now, the only game that I can for sure vouch for is Donkey Kong Bonanza, but it's not worth it to buy a console for one video game. Whoops. Oop. Toggle lantern there. Cyberpunk 2077's issue was that they made too good of a game and only tried it on their developer computers. They made a ridiculously detailed world that caused them issues. I'd like to like 5 FPS, but there was always a good game behind it. Yeah, that's what I figured, is it was just like not optimized. Not optimized and apparently very glitchy from what I'd heard. A lot of kinks that need to be worked out there.
The broom closets up here are bigger than my quarters.
Well, oop. Go ahead and do that. So does everyone around here just have like a bubble blowing wand? What? Pop bubble, press RB. As in like... Oh! I don't have to aim at the specific bubble. It's just the last one that I placed. I pop it. It's like freaking Snake C4 in Smash Ultimate. But yeah. Not really. Cyberpunk launched missing a ton of promised features. It was bad. Real bad. Oh. How's it going today, Mortis? Yeah, I'd heard that it wasn't optimized and it was super glitchy. Those were the things that I had heard. But gosh dang it. But I never super looked into it. Can I do something like this and then I grab you in the bubble? Nope. Game's not cool enough, man. Okay, just smack. Why do these servants going yippee sound like freaking Mr. Krabs there? Morris on a 5-stream watch streak now, it looks like. Oh my god. Yeah. All those issues are fixed, and I can honestly say Cyberpunk 2077 is the best game I've ever played. Yeah, I've heard that it's real good nowadays, but, you know, they can never get away from the reputation that the launch put it into. Because how would you ever get away from that? But yeah, I think Donkey Kong Bonanza being nominated as Game of the Year was a bit of an overstatement. Maybe. I don't even know what the nominations for Game of the Year are. I've always thought that the Game Awards in general are kind of a joke in my opinion, so I never really look into it. What I know about the Game Awards is whatever people tell me on my streams. Is how it goes for me. What? Oh, just a way to stop it from here. So I have no idea. That was kind of how I felt about Xenoblade Chronicles 3, where it's like, hey, I'm a big fan of Xenoblade Chronicles, but this should not have been nominated for Game of the Year. It's probably more of an obligatory, like, hey, Nintendo, we should have one of your games on Game of the Year each year. And I guess that's your biggest release this year, so I guess that's what we're gonna do, is what Xenoblade 3 of being a Game of the Year nomination several years ago kind of felt like to me. What the heck, man? I am confused. Maybe here or something like that. I do that, and then get the barrels up there, maybe. So I'm sure that there are a lot of games like that where it's just like, huh, you're a big player in the industry that we don't want to be getting on the bad side of. You know, show a good faith. This was your biggest release of the year, so we're basically obligated to, you know, put it as like a Game of the Year candidate. So, you know, I'm sure it might be something like that, but I can't speak to, you know, the quality of, I gotta go through this on the other one, of it versus the other games. But like I said, I actually really like Donkey Kong Bonanza. Maybe it is a true Game of the Year candidate with all the crap that comes out nowadays. Clear Obscure Expedition 33, and everyone talks about that like it's the second coming of Christ, so apparently that game is really good. My Taekwondo instructor was telling me about that recently, and hyping it up a bunch as well, and saying that it was amazing. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I'm thinking of SpongeBob references in my head now. Boop. It's literally called On the Beach. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Okay, so a bunch of names I've heard. Like, I've heard the name Death Stranding 2. I remember watching a cutscene movie of Death Stranding 1, but never being too interested in playing the game because it just looked like walking simulator. And there was a time that I figured that I'd probably look into a cutscene movie of Death Stranding 2 and see how the story continues, but I barely even remember the story of Death Stranding 1 at this point, so I would have to probably rewatch Death Stranding 1 to understand what the hell is going on, you know. I just never really bothered looking into it. Maybe one day I'll play them after I'm done with all the Metal Gear games. Play Kojima's next project and all that. Is what I might do. I don't know. But yeah, either Expedition 33 or Silksong. Haven't played literally all those games. Granted, Donkey Kong Bonanza was on a friend's Switch. I can definitely say that it's the worst of the bunch. You think so? Open bop. But yeah, Silksong shouldn't win, but it probably will. It's no Expedition 33. So is Expedition 33 really that good? I mean, I don't know how good Hollow Knight Silksong is, so I shouldn't be saying it like that. But is it really like as amazing as everyone's hyping it up to be? I can go up this way, I guess. Wee bubble. Boop. And then I go here, and then like. How do I get to that now? What? Oh, I can literally just do it from here. Okay, that. Haven't played Expedition 33 and haven't planned to since learning they left AI-generated placeholder assets in the release build. Just no. Oh. Yeah, Hades 2 and Expedition 33 are really good. I heard that about Hades 1 as well there. Find a way to the lantern. But I've never been, like, super into roguelikes. Like, I played a couple of them on the channel. Ghost Costume Unlocked in shop. I've never been, like, super into them myself. Because I feel like the intention is just you keep on replaying and replaying and replaying. Forever! Whereas I just want my nice single-player freaking start to finish kind of things where it's like there's a clear endpoint and then I'm done with the game. It's going on the shelf. That satisfaction of having cleared the game. I don't need 3,000 years of replay value. I'd say Hollow Knight Silksong is a B+ game. It's definitely good, but the reason it's so hype is because it got the casual Pokemon and Animal Crossing players that haven't played a real good game before. That's definitely the hot take of the stream for the day. That's whoa. My goodness gracious. Oop. This way we go. But yeah, it's something that I can't speak on because I, you know, not afraid to say. I don't know enough about it. So I can't accurately speak on it. Oop.
Just looks like a boiler room to me, Patrick. What do you think it is?
I was in a boiler room earlier today. Figuring out how the heck we're gonna do repairs. Oop. Okay, well, do that, I guess. And then, actually, no. Wait a second. Can I target that one from here? What? The previous ones raised me up. Why doesn't this one raise me up? Alright, well, I'm confused. I don't know. Well, come on, man. I don't know what the deal with that is. Alright, this way I go. Boop. There's a super secret big coin up here, so I guess I'll grab it really quickly. Oop. I don't know how much that counts for. I didn't see the number change in the top right there. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is great, and I'm happy to see it in Game of the Year. But it's like an old school RPG. You're gonna spend 30 hours grinding a stat, so don't think it should win. Oh, here, I can do this. That helps that along. Yeah, I don't know much about it past the name. As is the case with many of these. Oh, and then I use it as a platform, I guess. Like that. I gotcha. So like this. I don't know, that sounds more appealing to my EXP grinding addict brain. Yeah, it definitely depends on the player. But yeah, I at least definitely don't want too long of a grind in my games that I play nowadays. I kind of want to get on with the show. And all that fun stuff. Whee!
Nice one.
Okay, so then we do that. This I can put it, it's Mario equivalent of Elder Scrolls Morrowind. And there's people that probably really enjoy that for that fact. Boop. There, I'm getting the feel for the controls of this game. Here we go. Gotta love the slides that are literally everywhere. Don't know why King Neptune would put this in his palace. Isn't it lagging? Am I dropping frames? Ugh! Well, dang. What? Oh, I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? But yeah, I mean, my stream specs are not exactly like the top of the line, but they're pretty dang solid. I'm running quite a powerful gaming rig here, and the new SpongeBob game is lagging on a slide. That's, not exactly a great sign, I don't think. Whoa. That's, not particularly great. I like the little lick sound every time I jump. I don't know, go this way. This is the way I feel like going. Oh, this stuff is moving now. Yeah, this is Super Mario Galaxy-like. Wonder if there was any inspirations there. Speaking of other crap being pumped out, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on the Switch. $100, by the way. For a 20-year-old game and a 15-year-old game, or whatever the heck they are at this point. Oh, did I need to hit a thing earlier? Nope. Okay. Unbelievable. Boop. There we go.
Now let's go get those pajamas.
Words I never thought I'd hear Plankton say. What, do I just, like, jump in? Okay, get in. Alright. Do I just, like... What? Oh, I bubble that from there. Okay. It's probably gonna be a cutscene now, right? Yep. Why is Patrick, like, up there? That's probably not intended, is it? There's no sound effects with that. Yeah, this game is lacking a little bit in polish. Oh, those things are there now.
Focus, you two. It's color-coded. It shouldn't be that hard.